Good day, fellas. I hope you're ready for your daily dose of skill. And today we are going to play with almighty Centurion 7/1. I can promise you that the tank is significantly better than Centurion 1, so after the pain whenever you go through this tank, Centurion 7/1 is waiting for you. Not instantly it's going to be fun because you must have top turret and the top gun, but other than that, Centurion 7/1 is a beautiful cookie, if I can say so. Meanwhile, fellas, keep this in mind. You can check out the tanks in the index page, my ratings, community ratings. You can even vote for a tank yourself. We have a new feature which is specs. You can rate the tanks by logging in to index page, and in the same time you can click on the maps if it happen to be that you are struggling with, let's say, Himmelsdorf. You can find the replays very easily, and we have pretty much 50 different replays in the Himmelsdorf, so hopefully that would help you to improve. I know that not everyone is aware of this feature, that's why I am highlighting this, and many more stuff to come. So thank you very much for recommendations, fellas, and thank you very much for patience as well. We are getting there. Meanwhile, we have mines and we have encounter battle. Let's try to punish someone going on top of the hill. We are going to load the gold ammunition because the gold ammunition of this tank is relatively weird. What do I mean by saying this is... you do not have as great penetration, but you have more alpha damage whenever you are firing gold with this tank. I know this is very unusual and this is a weird stuff, but this is how the things are looking like for this vehicle, and it is pretty awesome if you would ask me. So you can punish lightly armored tanks without even asking their name, and this is absolutely amazing. Meanwhile, instead of doing 400 damage, we are doing 500 damage, so I would say this is a good stuff, fellas. Now, where the gun goes of this vehicle, with a standard ammunition you have 390 alpha and 268 millimeters of penetration, which is nice. If you are loading gold, you have less penetration, less shell velocity, but you have better damage. So it is excellent idea, or I supposed to say it is excellent thing to load this type of ammunition whenever you are dealing against the paper tanks, right? You just simply have plenty of them penetration to penetrate them. So for example, all Batchets, all TVPs, Scorpions, Spot on the tanks, you name it. You are just simply slapping the living crap out of them, and you are making sure that they won't like their gaming experience, right? This is what this tank is all about, at least in my humble opinion, right? So how we could get involved here and how we could punish enemies for their mistakes and for their stupidity. I can clearly see that our team is definitely winning this game. We have the hill, we have the island, we have pretty much everything what we want to have. So in this situation it is kind of straightforward that this is a victory for our team, right? The question is how we could get some more use of all of this, because we want to play well as well, but in the same time we do not want to sacrifice our life literally for free. So this is the hardest part. What I would love to see, I would love to see this TVP peeking here for a split second. That's all I need for a full happiness. And making a hardcore pressure for this guy, obviously it could work, but in the same time it is relatively risky stuff. Meanwhile, we got all assisting damage, that is okay. We are not going to cry about assisting damage, that's for sure. And what we want to do, we want to say hello for this T-55A. If this gentleman would move back, we would be able to slap him. Oh, would you look at that? Lorraine is sitting here, T-55A is sitting here. Pretty much all enemy forces are in the line to get slaughtered by us. And this is exactly what we are looking for. We will try to build some speed, just like so, and we will try to get involved this way. I am aware of the hit points that I lost while crossing like this. I am very, very well aware of that, but in the same time I feel like I just need to, because otherwise we do not really have any alternative option, right? I am just simply afraid that we won't be able to get any more use of all of this. Now, what we are waiting for, we are waiting until this T-55A would make a mistake, but to be completely honest with you, it feels like he is not planning to make a mistake in this situation, right? Very, very, very brutal game overall. Okay, we have a nice shot to the ass, beautiful, 400 in the face, and please pay attention what kind of ammunition I am using, and I am using the gold ammunition here. And I'm using gold ammunition not because I am missing penetration, but in fact because we can simply do more alpha damage per shot, right? This is straightforward, it is not rocket science, and this is very, very, very nice. Meanwhile, we are trying to slap the C4, we did that successfully, that's great, and everyone is getting slaughtered meanwhile. We are fixing the score, and look at this perfection. Where the score goes, it is easier to fix the score whenever you are shooting the ammunition that does more alpha damage, right? Or that does more damage than it has penetration. At least this is how I look into all of this. Meanwhile, this gentleman is going through the open field. We have a nice side angle for him, which is very much appreciated. And now we are just simply going for remaining of the forces just like so. Now the question is, can we find a decent enough angle for this Minotauro? And would you look at that beautiful ass of the Minotauro? Have you seen how quickly we fixed the score? Have you seen that? Look at the alpha damage, 540, 500, 520, 594, 444. This gold ammunition is adding up if you know how to use it properly, right? And for me personally, this is the biggest selling point of this tank overall. It's not the combination of the thing. It is not combination of the things. It's purely the gold ammunition, because it's hell of a fun to play with this tank, and it is hell of a fun to make a right decision. Do you want to shoot the standard ammo, or do you want to shoot the hash ammunition, which has less penetration than standard ammunition? That is beautiful. Meanwhile, we have 4,000 damage, 1,000 assisting damage. Very, very good game. We finished it first by experience and first by the damage, and we got 8,000 minus, but that's to be expected, considering that we were spamming quite a bit of the gold ammunition. Nevertheless, beautiful. Would you look at that, fellas? El Halluf standard battle. Extremely, extremely, extremely good situation right there. I am very satisfied with all of this. We have a very good matchmaking, right, which is very much appreciated, and we have a very good map as well. This map is extremely nice to play hold down, and in the same time we are instantly loading ammunition that does more damage, because most likely we are going to see enemies crossing through the middle of the field over there, right? Or I suppose to say enemies just simply making a hardcore pressure like this. Usually this is how the things are looking like. Meanwhile, what I want to do, I want to say hello for enemy Vaza light tank sitting here, but unfortunately we cannot do so. That's okay. There is no panic in my mind whatsoever. All we are doing now, we are waiting until someone will cross like this. And trust me, usually there is at least someone who is trying to do that. Will it be double penetrator? Will it be Baza? Will it be Emil? I cannot tell you that, but I know that someone is usually trying to cross like so. And that's what we are hoping for as well, right? This is exactly what we need. So far, ooh, type 68. How are you doing, you beautiful, magnificent mother trucker? I'm trying to find a decent enough angle. We can see that he has quite a bit of the support, because there is a tank destroyer sitting here. And once again, we are not too troubled. We are not panicking too much, although we are very, very well aware of that unfortunately, but in this type of situation, we do not really have that many forces playing in this lane, right? And if we do not have that many forces playing in this lane, it can be very much complicated, if you know what I mean. But once again, relax, take it easy. We are just simply trying to make a good angle, and this type 68, by the way, not even 69, he will regret his life choices. This is exactly what we are looking for, right? Very, very nice. Trying to find a bit better angle. Obviously, we are very, very well aware of this guy sitting sideways over there. And now would you look at that, 500 in the face. This alpha damage for medium tank, it seems definitely inappropriate, right? It is absolutely nuts. If you know a weak spots of the vehicles, you can make sure to punish them without even asking their name. That's absolutely insanity, fellas. Would you look at that? Beautiful, beautiful shot right there. VK is arriving us, so VK is arriving to this position, so it is going to be significantly harder to make pressure for us, and this is exactly what we are looking for. So I don't care about this double penetrator, but what I care about this gentleman sitting here, and we are literally eating him alive, fellas. This is how the things are looking like. We are straight up eating him alive. If I would be in his place, I would be extremely disappointed with the current situation and with the current game, to be fair with you. This is straight up gangbang for the enemy forces. Beautiful. This is what we are looking for. Let's see, can we side scrap over there to penetrate this buzzer sitting around this area? This is the question. Type escaped, I can clearly see that, that's good. So how about folks sitting here? Okay, he doesn't really have the best gun depression, so I am feeling relatively fine here. And we are getting plenty of the assisting damage from this light tank sitting in this area as well. That's good, that is very good. Look at this. Our goal is just to be as annoying as we physically and possibly can. Beautiful, luckily for us, Baza missed the shot, and now we should be able to penetrate his lower plate because his lower plate is as big as a building, right? This is exactly what we are looking for. Another, unfortunately not penetration, but I can blame only my bad aim here. Meanwhile, our gentleman is joining the fight and we are farming at this point. I mean, Centurion selling point, at least in my humble opinion, is this... I'm saying that's on me. In my humble opinion, Centurion's selling point is definitely this high explosive, okay? Those high explosives are absolutely nuts, and you can have so much fun playing with this tank in this way. It's crazy. Meanwhile, beautiful penetration just like so, and now I want to go through the middle of the field. Plus, on top of that, you have a bit of the armor as well. I would not say that the armor of this tank is phenomenal or absolutely epic, because it's definitely not the case. But I would say it is good enough to punish enemies for their mistakes, right? Or if someone is misaiming, you can definitely slap them for 500 in the face. And this is exactly what we are looking for. Meanwhile, Gusor definitely knows that the death is coming. Mistakes were made, 500 in the face. Now he's panicking, he's screaming, he's running, he's trying to escape. And in the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because the guy is getting a free ticket to the garage. What a tank, fellas. But still, this is expensive tank to play with. Fellas, you are not forced to spam the gold with this tank, okay? Let's say that very, very straight. You do not need to spam the gold with this vehicle, but you have a choice and you have a chance to do so if you want to penetrate enemy tanks, if you know how to penetrate the enemy tanks. Let's say like that. It's not if you want to. If you know how to penetrate the tanks that has just not that great armor, okay? Let's say like that. absolutely amazing and absolutely glorious. I'm going to load the standard high explosives here, because what I want to believe this Wafflecock will try to peek here. So I'm not being too aggressive, I am not making a hardcore pressure for the enemies, it is completely unnecessary. All we need to do, we need to simply wait until they will mess this up. Also, truly, highlight to the maximum, fellas. The tier 8 Centurion compared to the tier 9 Centurion is absolutely pile of kaku. And you know what is the biggest change? It's not speed, it's not gun handling, it's not the platform, it is the gun. Alpha damage matters, fellas, and in this situation it is just significantly more beneficial to have, well, not this situation, overall it's more beneficial to have bigger alpha damage, because you can have better trades, and better trades means quite a lot if you would ask me. Meanwhile, we are trying to go through the middle of the field, and I believe there is a tiny chance we can get an extra shot. Luckily, we are spotting this gentleman. He's running towards us. That's good. We are going to slap him again. I don't really mind, and I'm a kind person. I am giving him an extra shot of damage. So, you're welcome, my man. Beautiful. Very, 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 very nice I did not react properly to Rick Brother in Arms, but hey, what can you do? No complaints, no regrets, right? Overall, beautiful. But I said in the start of the game that this matchmaking is very, very good for us, and we can definitely make it work, right? It was just simply perfect case scenario, if I can say so. Even though we did not trigger Brother in Arms, we are going to say thank you for this gentleman. We are looking into the score now, and fellas, would you look at that? Solid ace, a high caliber, Confederate medal, 7,000 damage, 600 assisting damage, 3 kills, 1.5 base experience, and 11,000 minus, but this is the price which we are paying for shooting gold ammunition, right? Does gold ammunition makes you better player? If you do not know where to penetrate tanks, it's irrelevant. You can shoot as much gold as you want to, you are not going to do that massive damage, right? So let's keep this in mind. Also, one more thing which is very important, fellas. If you are not entirely sure how one or another tank armor looks like, remember, index page is here for you, and you can see how the armor is looking like on one or another tank, right? As you can see, whenever you are playing hold down, at least if Centurion is aiming at you, it is not necessarily bad, right? Plus on top of that, please, fellas, keep this in mind that you can select the 3D camos, you can see how they are looking like, and you can see the visuals of the tanks as well. So hopefully this will be useful, especially if you know that you have a 3D style, but in the same time you do not really know the name of the style, so hopefully that would help as well. Meanwhile, we have a Siegfried Line. This is not ideal for me. I am not really a big fan of the Siegfried Line as a map, especially in the standard game mode. I would rather defend the base or attack the base, but that's what we have, and this is what we are going to play with. So the first things first, I want to take the typical position, and I want to start blind shooting the typical bush. The main... Whoa!
I appreciate it. Positive.
The main reason why am I considering to do that is because I want to believe there is always a bloody mother trucker that is sitting here, right? And would you look at that? Very unfortunate timing for this gentleman. He took one for the team. Now he's trying to escape. But I think we can play him well. Beautiful. Very, very nice. Thank you, sir. You are amazing. We share the position. I appreciate this gentleman for not getting angry for me joining the play over there, right? What is the next step for us? The next step for us will be to take the lower ground over there and try to punish the Panther 2 or IS-32. So far it's quite self-explanatory, it is easy peasy, we don't need to overthink this too much, we just need to have our eyes wildly open and make sure that we are going to punish enemy forces for being silly gooses. That's all we need for a full happiness. Now, I'm going for a blind shot over there because you never know whenever Panther 2 is going to sit here. So we are just testing the ground. We are just testing the boundaries, if I can say so. Another blind shot. Unfortunately, this one doesn't work, but that's okay. Do I want to play in the city? This is the question. I am considering my life choices how to approach the enemies in a smart way. We're sitting in the typical bush at this point, but at the moment, what I would love to see, I would love to see this IS-22 dead. If this IS-22 will die, we can start getting involved towards the enemy forces, okay? This is what I would love to see. Panther may go up. Panther might try to go up again. And this is exactly what I'm looking for, fellas. All I want to see this Panther 2 overpeaking this. Yes, I am pre-aimed. I am just simply paying a huge attention to this gentleman and I want to slap him. The next play will be to be more aggressive and to make pressure like this. This is exactly what we are looking for. Also, I have a feeling that this XM is sniping from here, okay? I have a feeling that this gentleman is sniping from here. Meanwhile, I have a feeling that we have a very, very decent angle for this Panther. And all we need to do, we need to eliminate him from the game. I'm not going to be aggressive. Pay attention at the score. Pay attention at the score. We are losing by 2,000 hit points and it's not very clear how we can make a hardcore pressure in this type of situation. It's just simply not very clear. If I am going to make pressure like this, I may face the Super Conqueror, and I can promise you that it's not going to be fun to fight against the Super Conqueror, okay? It's not going to be fun. It is just simply not worth the trades from our side. And as you can see, definitely Super Conqueror is sitting right here. Not a big surprise. So, what do we want to do instead? Instead, we are trying to figure out what is the best play for us in this specific situation. Do we want to get involved? Do we want to be passive? What do we want to do overall? Right? It is very, very, very important. Meanwhile, our Fava is making pressure just like so. So in this type of situation, I am going to go in and I will support him. This guy is dead. Excellent. Now TVP is going on the reload. And if I would be him, I would definitely try to run away for my life for obvious reasons. We are slapping him straight in the ass. This is very, very good. Although he's happy with those trades because he haven't lost that many of the hit points right here. Meanwhile, Mr. Waffle is playing in the open field. Doesn't really change absolutely anything. How about this object sitting right here? I am hoping that he will show his ass for us, and he definitely shows his ass for us. Beautiful. Very, very nice. Now Waffle is trying to peek this way. I hope that he will overpeak, and indeed he will. Beautiful. Excellent finishing off shot. Very, very good. Now the same object is sitting in this area, and I really don't care about him. Meanwhile, TVP Watu, how are you doing? Very, very unfortunate situation from our side. Luckily, Waffle just missed the shot, so now we can just simply get involved to maximum mode. We are just making a hardcore pressure for this object. Object is trying to turn at us, which is completely fine, and that is expected. Now we are trying to find a bit better angle. Unfortunately, I failed, and now we are dodging this 750 alpha damage to the best of our abilities. He's aiming for us, but meanwhile, he is dying. Good. Next, now we need to go for this Mr. TVP Watu. Beautiful 400 in the face. Now this guy is panicking, but that sounds like his problem. And even though I'm going to take one for the team, or I'm supposed to say I'm going to get tracked, it changes absolutely nothing. The next victim is going to be the Super Conqueror. At least that's what I want to believe, because it just simply makes the most sense for us to go for this gentleman, and we should be able to penetrate his side relatively easy. Even though if it is a frontal armor, it definitely doesn't change absolutely anything for us. And even though if this gentleman would just simply make a hardcore pressure, it changes nothing because I can simply one-shot him. Beautiful game. What do we want to do now? At the moment, I am thinking about loading the high explosive ammunition for obvious reasons, because I don't need to pay a full price for gold, and Waffle is a paper anyways. So I can get definitely more use of all of this, and this could work significantly better for us. As you can see, Trash 103 is on the side, but it doesn't really change anything for us, and we are just farming. At this point, we are enjoying ourselves and we are farming. We are already preparing for Trash 103, although it's very, very debatable. No! It's very debatable, is it... It's very debatable, are we going to get one more extra shot on this guy? This is the question. I'm trying to go up as fast as I physically and possibly can. He has only 175 HP, so we are looking at him and we are eliminating him from the game. Beautiful game. We did everything properly, and that was a very solid battle. My mind is working extremely well. I am making the correct decisions in the game, and even though I'm not very aggressive in this session, I just feel like it was a very good idea or very good plan overall. Now I'm trying to blind fire this Centurion. It is definitely complicated stuff, but in the same time I do not really think I have any other alternative option, so I'm just simply trying to hit this gentleman, right? As you can see, I'm trying to align this line where he is and just simply to punish him. Beautiful game. Have you noticed how many kills do we have? Because I did. Beautiful. Absolutely amazing session with Centurion, and even if I would try to repeat it, it would be difficult for me to get this type of score back to back. Honestly, that is very, very good. I mean, I know the tank is good, but that good, holy bananas, fellas. Meanwhile, let's appreciate the score. Back-to-back Ace Wanker, Radley Walters medal, Top Gun, high caliber, 8 kills, 6.5 thousand damage, 900 assisting damage, especially in this map, that's great. 1.7 thousand base experience, and we even made some profits. All in all, our session with this tank is, oh, fellas. Our session is 100% win ratio, 5.8 thousand average damage, and 800 assisting damage as well with Centurion 7/1. This tank is a highlight of the 3 in my opinion, and this tank is absolutely beautiful. I remember at the time I was thinking about making this tank epic, but 4 stars is very, very good score as well, or rating in the index page if I can say so. Beautiful. I hope you enjoyed the session as much as I did, and see you very, very soon. Skill is out for today. Peace.